Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Honorable audiences, it is an honor for me to speak today on this PEMNA meeting. My name is Fadhilah Ibrahim. I'm from Malaysia, and I would like to share some experience during the development of Malaysia IFMIS. I am the head of application of iGFMAS, and hopefully your country can benefit from my presentation. Okay, let me share some quick fact on iGFMAS. iGFMAS is the basis of accounting used to account federal government of accounts is modified cash basis of accounting. Our budget is in cash. Yeah? Our IFMIS is the name of our IFMIS is Integrated Government Financial and Management Accounting System. That is iGFMAS. I will use the word iGFMAS throughout this presentation. Our system integrates with 111 agencies, consists of banks, utilities companies, government and non-government agencies. And iGFMAS is built on SAP ERP platform, SAP ECC 6. We operate in dual ledger accounting. Accrual is our main ledger, and modified cash basis as our secondary ledger. And our system is accessible using portal and SAP GUI, that is SAP Graphical User Interface. We go live on 1st of January 2018, in which we replace GFMAS and other legacy systems. So we consolidate all legacy system into one system. Adoption of accrual basis of accounting for federal government is yet to be tabled in the parliament. So we are still using the modified cash basis when we table in parliament. And iGFMAS can produce accrual financial statement by controlling officer, by ministries and by fund. So that is the important quick fact for iGFMAS. Okay, the second slide is on the why we do iGFMAS. iGFMAS came about as a result of the decision to adopt accrual accounting for prudent fiscal management. The Prime Minister launched the new economic model formulated by the National Economic Advisory Council on March 30, 2010, and the NEM, or the new economic model, is one of the pillars, 4 pillars of the government's blueprint in moving Malaysia towards the developed nation status. In regards of the financial and reporting reforms, there were 4 key measures, which include the adoption of accrual accounting for prudent financial management. Okay, let me talk about the transformation of iGFMAS. Due to the decision to adopt accrual accounting, in 2011, we have conducted a strategic reform initiative lab in which we discuss a gap between the modified cash basis and the new accrual accounting. Adoption in the dimension of laws and regulations, standard and policies, process and technology, as well as the people factor. In this presentation, I will give you the briefing on the aspect of the technology. Okay. Let me give you some quick presentation on the iGFMAS journey. We have appointed a system integrator in August 2013 with the contract span over 5 years with the task to develop a dual ledger accounting. A centralized system, there are many factors, main factors that we took at that time, that is to develop a dual ledger reporting, do it in a centralized system and database, and an integrated module in a single accounting system. Okay, and also to leverage the current SAP accounting system. Due to the complexity and with many new additional requirements, we have extended the submission of the complete system to 3 years. That is from 2015 that we are supposed to go live. We have gone live in 2018. Okay. Until now, we are able to produce unqualified audit report for our cash financial statement, and we are now looking for more digital transformation throughout the system. Okay, this slide shows the data flow overview of iGFMAS, in which the process of all accounting transactions are done in a single accounting system platform, unlike the previous one, where the processing of end users and payment office transactions were done in 2 main systems. Other than hundreds of reporting output produced in SAP ECC, we have a business warehouse with features of BEX analyzer. That is the very right diagram. Crystal report, web intelligence, and dashboard. And this has accounted more than 200 reports in the business warehouse alone. Other than iGFMAS as our main financial and management accounting system, used directly by 55,000 government offices, we have also built several support systems which others like public can access. This include the e-payslip system, which produce salary payslips online and accessible to 1.3 million government staff, and e-Maklum, that is our payment electronic notification system that are available to the public who receive payment from the government. In this e-Maklum system, users can check details of payment made by the government through our website and through apps which user can download from the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Okay. And if you look at the slide, there are many. We have 111 integration with agencies, in which if we were to share with Cambodia and other countries, we don't have, actually we have to build a strong collaboration with other external system, because iGFMAS is a financial system, and we have to integrate lots of a big system like the budgeting system as well as the procurement system. Okay, that is the 2 main systems that integrate with iGFMAS. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention, in the next slide, I would like to share some of the lessons learned that we have experienced throughout the iGFMAS journey. Like all other systems, we have encountered numerous good and not so good experience. We would like to share some of the lessons learned that might benefit countries, especially those who are still developing their accrual accounting system. Okay, the first is the one of the most challenging tasks was when we have to develop 2 bases of accounting system. This was when the system was supposed to go live with accrual element, but we have not tabled the relevant act toward full practice of accrual accounting. At this interval, we had decided that we should have processed a modified cash basis accounting on top of the accrual basis accounting, accrual basis posting. These include producing reports on both basis using the dual ledger feature in SAP ECC 6 version. So we had built the main ledger as accrual and secondary ledger as a modified cash. Okay, all transaction is based on accrual posting, but will be posted to the cash ledger once it meet the cash business rule. For example, vendor invoicing posting will hit accrual ledger, and when it is due, and will hit accrual and cash ledger when we process for payment. So we have in our system we have this configuration of the dual ledger in SAP ECC 6. And for us to do the dual ledger reporting, we need to reform our coding system, okay? In which we have reformed the accrual ledger to meet the budget level and to meet the that can map to the cash ledger. Okay, that is very important. And we have introduced new codes like fund code, controlling officer code, the ministry code, and other codes that need to be in place before to ensure we can produce reports of accrual financial statement. That is, and also to meet the cash ledger requirement. Okay, in our accrual ledger, we have these, in the new reform, we have mapped it to the each of the cash ledger, in which to be a accrual ledger, we have include 3 new codes that is embedded with the cash ledger. So we have, in accrual ledger, we have 8 digits of number, and in cash ledger we have 5 digits. But the last 5 digits of our accrual ledger is the cash ledger mapping, actually. So this is how we build our cash ledger and accrual ledger. Okay. So the on the second part of this strength is the centralized server and database. We had developed the iGFMAS as a financial and management accounting system concurrent with the initiative to have it working in the single platform and database. And by using new servers that will replace the old server. At that time, we decided to change all the 37 legacy servers residing nationwide and replace them with a centralized server and database. This has also enabled us to maintain a disaster recovery infrastructure, same as what in the D-Brain just now presented. Not only we benefit this move with efficient maintenance, but it has also lowered the total cost of ownership. On top of that, there is faster data processing and real-time reporting, which enable us to consolidate all accounting transactions at the level of controlling officer, ministry, and fund. Through this experience, we can see a big reform in accounting system that is a big step from processing cash to accrual in the single platform and database and replacing the old servers. It involved a tremendous effort, but however possible to execute. Okay. The third strength that we implemented in our system is the Big Bang implementation on 1st January 2018. The Big Bang here refer to in terms of the system implementation. We have been approached by some of the entities who would like to learn our strategy during the start of the implementation of the new system. We have to take calculated risk and implement a considerable strategy and plan. So we had decided to implement our iGFMAS system using the Big Bang approach. Okay, that is in terms of system implementation. This was when all nearly 5,000 responsibility centers with 55,000 users start using the new system for all new 2018 financial year transaction and use a new accrual accounting basis of transaction. So we leave out the old system, all operate in the new system at all modules. Okay, so we don't implement like what I think Cambodia just now. It's a by phase approach. Okay. At that time, we decided to proceed using the new system as most of the original business requirements have been fully developed, and we have trained most of the users using the training of the trainer approach. We have also built a support system at every accounting office who have their own designated officers under them. As for the old server, it will maintain mainly for the purpose of closing the financial year 2017 accounts and for retrieval of all old transactions. To realize the Big Bang implementation, we should never underestimate the importance of the effort that we need to spend with all external agencies that integrate with our system. Collaboration need to be established as early as possible so that the timing of our system implementation match with their system readiness. Of course, we have faced a lot of difficulties during the 2018 implementation. Major and immediate problem that we faced during the early implementation involved the authorization issues when users were unable to perform their current role using the new system. For this, we need to ensure migration of users' role is up to date, and we need to perform detailed and comprehensive testing using the actual authorization metrics during the sandbox testing. We have also established a hypercare support in which both vendors and government officers were adequate and responsive to all the issues raised. So actually the Big Bang approach enable faster system implementation, okay, and can avoid time that could be wasted and hassle with maintaining new and old system processing. So this is one of our success story of that we can implement the new system. And also we enhance current SAP system. For your information, we have been using the SAP system since 2006. Since then, we have established knowledge on the system from both vendors and government offices. We have also invested considerable amount of money in terms of trainings and system certification. That was one of the reasons why we choose to leverage the current platform to be our next financial and management accounting system. So it can reduce some development and change management effort, and at the same time, we can leverage the system functionalities. Okay, there are many challenges that we face. That is, the first one is a delay in implementation of accrual law and regulation. There were many challenges that we face during the endeavor of system development, especially the most noticeable one was what we experienced in delay, the implementing of the system. We would say that we have underestimated the complexity of the project. Delay in the implementation of the accrual accounting require us to relook our original business requirement. That was when we decided every accounting posting need to consider both the accrual and modified cash. And if we and we developed that, in which the line item that user key in is in the accrual ledger with all codes necessary to perform accrual reporting. And then at the end of the day, it will, and every transaction will post to cash ledger when it is met with the business rule of cash. Okay, we have requested for project extension, and the most important decision during this critical period was the decision in maintaining the original vendor. But if you face the similar situation, I would like to advise that replacing vendor in the midst of the project might cause project failure. And as the new vendor need more time to review and develop the new business requirement. So you have to collaborate with your vendor as well. And also the concurrent system development and formulation of policy and procedures cause delay in finalizing business requirement. To ensure system implementation projects stay on track, we need to establish a comprehensive and detailed business requirement before the kick of the system development. This would require excessive time spent on collecting the business requirement. So for this note, comprehensive, clear and detailed requirement are very important tasks that need to be in place before we start a new system development. Okay. And then for the new business requirement, during the system development, we have received many new business requirements which require changes to the system. To avoid more delay to the system implementation, we have to review all requests and we have to set priorities for each of the item. So we implemented all relevant requests through change request procedure, in which we need to analyze and reevaluate. So we need to manage new business requirement without jeopardizing the timeline of the system implementation. That is very important. And in terms of competency, like any other system development project, this is also one of the challenges that we face in the system development, to ensure the maintenance of the right talent at the right time. So it is normal to have high staff turnover in IT industry. So to ensure staff competency, we need to provide relevant training systematically and promote continuous training and learning. So I think this is my second last slide. Okay, in terms of change management, we had introduced the training for trainer method and fully utilized our resources at all accounting offices throughout nationwide. We had set up a training center at each 13 states and trained the trainer with appropriate skills. We had also documented all user manuals, system manuals, procedures, policies and regulations, and made them accessible through the website. So it is important to have to keep a complete and comprehensive documentation of new processes and make it accessible to all users. So this is also a important note to all. And in terms of management buy-in and good teamwork, we are blessed with strong support from all quarters, be it the Ministry of Finance, our top management, and all central agencies who are policymakers, especially those involved with the decision on the establishment of the infrastructure and the software license. There are also strong support between departments in the Accountant General's Department and external agencies, including the system integrator. So strong collaboration need to be established with those involved in the project to ensure smooth system implementation. So we need to establish not only the application, but we need to ensure the readiness of the infrastructure as well. Okay. Okay, last point that on strength that I would like to highlight on the resource planning, assignment of competent and adequate talent to the project are very important. As in our case, special care and attention had been properly managed. We have identified suitable resources to carry out the project and the assignment of a task force when needed. So human resource planning are very important as well, so that the right talent are assigned at the right time. Okay. Challenges in delay is implementation has raised concern actually in terms of infrastructure wear and tear. While this is unavoidable, we would like to advise to all that we need to carefully estimate the timing of the hardware commissioning, so that we can avoid wastage of hardware in terms of hardware wear and tear. So for your infrastructure, if you want to implement it in 2018, so you need to buy it in 2017, for example. You don't need to buy it early. Okay. Second last point that I would like to highlight is on the delay of the accrual accounting is the data migration. Although we had taken all necessary measures to ensure the complete accrual data migration like training and awareness, we are unable to control the level of understanding of users in making the correct judgment in recognizing accrual transaction. So this has caused continuous awareness on accrual accounting. So there were many corrections done on the migrated data, and effort and specific time need to be allocated during the system implementation, so that to ensure all data are migrated and corrected accordingly. Okay. So the last point on our challenges and mitigation is on the system security and slow performance of the server. Although these circumstances are manageable and do not cause serious impact to the system implementation, we are continuously putting effort in checking and enhance the system security. As for the slow performance of the server, we continuously evaluate the system coding and enhance the performance of the system coding. So good system governance and control are important to ensure 24/7 support, especially for iGFMAS system, which is considered as a critical system of the federal government of Malaysia. Okay, this is my last slide. Last but not least, the last slide shows the iGFMAS looking forward. Alongside the digital transformation government initiatives, all government agencies are towards in Malaysia are towards leveraging the latest technology to enhance productivity and to enhance the quality of public delivery. So in immediate future, we are expanding to the usage of the robotic process automation in our business process, and to venture into big data analytics in producing our integrated reporting. We are also continuously implementing new business requirement in iGFMAS and get the transfer of technology from our vendors so that we can take some of their tasks. So that is the end of my presentation. I do hope it can bring some benefit to you. Please, you have any question later, I think later in this session. Right? Okay, thank you very much.